Oh, good. I had to I had to update my computer. It was like forced me to. And usually when I
It finally reached that point.
yeah, I couldn't do it anymore. And so usually when I do that, like my Audacity shits itself the first time like after, and this was fine. This was flawless. Maybe it's a good sign.
It was a good sign.
Okay. All right. We'll take it as a good
It's a
sign.
good sign.
Um hi, hi everybody. I'm Cassie.
And I'm Kellie.
And welcome back to Oddities and welcome back to Strangetown. I did it out of order, but we're all going to deal with it. Um, before I forget all the usual bullshit, we have social media. Check it out. It's in the description. We have a merch shop with new cool merch designed by Kellie.
Woohoo! I hope you guys
Check that
like
out
it.
too.
It's spookalabookala.
It's so spookalabookala, and I love it. And we're running sales like very regularly, so be sure to check it off. And usually up to like 20 or 25%, or somewhere, you know,
Buy our stuff.
in that vicinity. Buy our shit and represent us, please. And okay, bye. Stay strange. Okay, so well, this was my fault. I made the mistake of being like, "How are you?" before we started recording, and Kellie shared so many fucking gems, and we weren't recording any of it. So now we're going to try and reenact the conversation we just fucking had. So
I'm just gonna go with what happened today.
yes, to go with today and start. How are you?
I'm good. I've been up for too many hours. My children woke me up at 5, and that just turned to us sitting on the couch watching cartoons in the morning, and I'm scrolling through TikTok, and this guy comes on and he is complaining that the Wild Thornberry parents are the worst parents in TV history because they stole Donnie. They constantly just leave the kids to fend for themselves. And I was like, well, that's not exactly true. And right as I was thinking that, the video stitched to somebody else telling this guy that he's a dumbass because the Wild Thornberry saved Donnie. So that turned into me looking up the episodes and binge watching it with my kids who didn't want to watch it, but I told them that they had to.
First of all, I love several things about this. One, that somebody took the time to tell somebody else on TikTok, they're like, "You're a dumbass, and here's why." And two, I used to freaking adore the Wild Thornberries, and I have this core memory of one episode in particular, and it's the one where Eliza is in she gets lost in some swampy part, and there's this ghost girl. I think they're in Africa or something, and there's this ghost
Ghost girl.
girl. Yes, right. And then at the end of it, it's the ghost girl, and the clouds pass by the moon or something, and it's her face, and you're like, "What the fuck?" See, I like spooky shit from the start.
Spookala. Maybe we should cover that episode.
God, hell fucking yes. Guys, if you follow us on Patreon and when we're ready to start making bonus episodes, if you want us to live watch that episode together and just talk about it while watching it, let us know.
We will do it gladly.
I would watch
No
that shit in a
hesitation.
heartbeat. That shit was spooky. That's why I
Do you know
liked
what the
it.
best part about having kids is?
Hmm.
I can watch cartoons from my childhood and not feel guilty about being adult watching cartoons.
I mean, for what it's worth, I am an adult and I do watch cartoons here and there, and I 0% feel guilty.
We have a Paramount Plus a subscription,
Yes.
and I
Nice.
cannot tell you how stupid excited I was over the fact that I could watch As Told by Ginger, the Rocket Kids, the Wild Thornberries, Rugrats Grown Up, all of
Oh
the
my god,
good.
yes. Actually, that just reminded me because I was swiffering the floor the other day, and I thought about this one As Told by Ginger episode where her mom is working as she's like a cleaning lady, and she goes and helps her clean it. She's ashamed of doing that, and then they fuck up the way they clean it, and then they have to sit in the middle of the floor and play cards because they mopped themselves into the middle of the room.
I remember that.
Do you remember that one?
Unlocked.
Unlocked. It's in there. It's in there. I know. And I was swiffering, and I was because I walked I walked across this fucking part where I already swiffered, and I was like, oh shit. And then it just hit me. It was out of nowhere. I was like, oh my god, self, remember that one episode? And yeah.
This is one of the greatest conversations we've had.
Aside from your very early start and diving into Donnie's past on Wild Thornberries, how are we? Are we okay? This is the first time we're recording in a while.
Yeah, we had a 2 week break and it was weird because it was
right?
2 weeks, but it felt longer than that.
Yeah,
Um, I know you know this, but I really look forward to our Sundays.
me too. Yes.
So it's just it like I woke up this morning. I was like, okay, it's 5, but I get to record today.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I know.
So,
And
but
on
big
top,
things happened for you for the last 2 weeks.
yes, guys, this is the first episode I'm recording from my new house in my own office space. It's so exciting.
It's very exciting, and from what I can see, it's beautiful.
Thank you. I can't wait to paint. We picked up a bunch of like swatches. We got shit taped on the walls.
Love that.
But I think we're going to start with like the family room. I think that's where we're starting. And then I have my eyes on the powder room downstairs because I fucking hate the color that it is right now. I also
There you
hate our
go.
dining room color. So I think it's kind of naturally sorting itself out in the order that we'll do things.
You know, I've seen pictures of the house. I know exactly what colors you're talking about.
Right? I know.
It's
First of all,
pretty wild.
yeah, the house is beautiful, and the people before us took great care of it, which is really great. But like some of these paint colors, man, I'm like,
They
what
had
were you
some
guys
interesting
doing?
tastes.
Yeah, they did. Because other parts of the house are like very tastefully done. I.e., the room that I'm in right now. This was their nursery. It's my office now, and it's like got like beautiful wainscot, and like the color is, it's like a very nice soft gray. It's nice.
So, like, they clearly didn't want to shock the baby.
Yeah, yeah. Just wait till the kid could start walking and go down the stairs, and like the fucking dining room is this bright orange, and the family room's like this, like
What are those colors?
literally the color of like pea soup, which is fine. Like if that's all your taste or whatever, it's fine. But like I gotta say, when I walk into those rooms, it is a jarring experience.
Okay, yeah, because one room is like pea soup and the other one is like, I don't know, butternut squash.
It's like so orange, like so
Yeah,
orange. Yeah, and it's like
yeah.
it's not like the kind of thing where like they had like a chair rail and they only did like the bottom half of it orange or the top
No,
half. It's
it's
literally
all.
just 100% orange. It is so orange, and the lighting in there is incandescent, which I prefer. I think it's like very pretty and soft or whatever, but it makes everything like oranger. It's just so much
Clearly, they
orange.
wanted to make a statement piece, and
Big time.
they made a statement,
We don't know what the statement is, but they made it. So
but
good
it's
on
there.
them. But yeah, so we have officially been in this house now for well, as of tomorrow, 2 weeks, which is
It's so
bananas.
exciting. I'm so happy for you
Yes.
guys. The house is
Thank you.
absolutely beautiful, and I've said it to you a million times, so I'm going to say it to our listeners now. I'm so excited for Cassie's next chapter.
Thank you. I appreciate you being happy for us. And I can't wait to have you here in person, in
Also,
the flesh.
I have to say this.
Hmm.
Internet quality so much better.
Thank you. Dude, T-Mobile internet, guys, if you have it in your area and you're considering it, just like, first of all, it's so cheap. It's only $50 a month. And second of all, it's like very, very high quality. The connection speed, we did a test run. It was like over 200. In our old house, it was like 40.
I have to say, this is the clearest I've seen you.
I know.
Usually it's fuzzy.
And we're not delayed.
There's
It's
no
so
delay.
nice.
Oh my gosh, the quality of these episodes are just going to go through the roof now.
All right, well, we can't raise expectations that much, but the quality is going to significantly. Guys, just everybody remember what you signed up for, okay?
This crazy show. That's what you did.
This crazy shit. That's exactly right. So anyway, and then school starts tomorrow for me, which by the time this comes out, I'll have been in it for like, I don't know, about a month or so. So that's my final semester. And there was a little bit of I got thrown for a loop-de-loop on Friday. Like, I received very last minute an email being like, one of your courses that you signed up for is canceled and isn't happening this semester. And I'm like, what the fuck? So then I tried to like sign up for a new one. They were like, but there's a hold on your account. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I had to spend literally hours on the phone with financial aid. And then I finally got into one. But now I have a
And you
very
know what occurred
interesting
to me with all
semester.
of that was, so you got that email Thursday night?
Thursday night at like 10
And then
o'clock.
and then Friday you're like, yeah, they only gave me 2 business days. And I was like, not even. They gave you a business day and
They
then a
did.
weekend. And you can't get a hold of anybody on a weekend.
Absolutely
So
not.
like, thanks for adding the stress on my Friday.
Yeah, you fucking assholes. I know. And like, and I felt bad because Friday is like, Kelly and I have a date every Friday. Like, we just like FaceTime for like a half an hour and it's very cute and wonderful. And I fucking had to cancel because I was like, I've got phone calls out the ass.
Except you should not feel bad about that because That is more important to me.
No,
You
no.
getting your school figured out your last semester, maybe.
Until I
It's
go
more
for a
important.
doctorate. Surprise,
We all
everybody.
know that Cassie loves to learn. Let's just keep hyping her up. If she wants more education, she should be able to have it, damn it. That's it.
I love the
I'm
support.
very
Thank you.
passionate about Cassie's education.
I love that, and I really appreciate it. And yeah. Anyway, all's well that ends well. I got another very interesting course. I am taking a biological and chemical threat defense class, that was part of the original plan. And then my second course was going to be food microbiology, and then they canceled it. So now I'm taking food toxicology, and I'm going to find out all these wonderful new ways to die this semester. Everybody, how exciting for me!
You said it so cheerfully. You know, when I was in middle school, my sister got this ridiculous book from Borders, and it was like 100 Ways to Die.
I love that.
And it genuinely had the most ridiculous things in it, like moving to Philadelphia, or just
Accurate,
it was
though.
a humor book, but it was hilarious, and I don't know why, but the way you just said it made me think of that book.
I love that
But also,
so much.
I just had this realization that I have been friends with you through your bachelor's, through your master's, through your master's.
What else are we gonna add on?
And actually, like, we had this big realization because the announcements already happened at this point. Last week, we announced that I'm the new co-host. And then the day after that, we learned that it was our 7-year friendiversary.
Isn't it so cute? We have like the cutest. We're so fucking
adorable.
cute. I just can't. Yeah, so everybody take that. We're the cutest. So
Deal with it.
But I bet you we have the cutest listeners, so everybody else can, kick rocks.
Yeah, the Odd Fam's the best. They're the cutest.
They are. We love it. And thank you for the warm welcome from several of you to Kellie. I don't know if you got to see all the posts,
thank you guys so much.
Y'all are the bomb, the bomb, the bomb, the bomb. That's a new song.
Welcomed, and I hope that I don't disappoint any of you. So
you could never. So, but we now that we're 12 minutes in,
yeah, we should probably get to the show.
Should we get to the legitimate reason all of you are here?
The reason why you listen to us?
The reason why. I think I started us last week? Yes.
It's been 2 weeks. I have no idea.
It's been so long. Why don't you? I feel like if I feel it in my soul that I did. So why don't you take it away?
My handy dandy notebook.
Oh my God, yes.
Notes for this week.
Oh my God, perfect. Excellent.
So, I am covering something again a little close to home, meaning same county I grew up in. Actually, the same county that Cassie lived in for a bit. Just saying.
That's so weird. I love that for us.
Right?
Yeah.
So, in 1908, a woman by the name of Josephine Pierpoint bought a patch of land which overlooked the Pacific Ocean. She envisioned having a beautiful inn overlooking the beautiful views.
What the fuck? I'm invested already.
Let me tell you, this woman had smart business plans and succeeded fully. She is a power.
And she has a cool name, Josephine Pierpoint. What the fuck, with her cottage by the sea and shit, inn by the sea, whatever.
Funny, it's a craftsman cottage by the sea. Good
what
job,
the
Cassie.
Fuck?
You literally just read my next line.
Oh, surprise, everybody. Surprise, bitch. All right.
So she, in 1910, opened actually, it's funny, it started off as the Wayside Inn, and it opened with 22 rooms and only 2 bathrooms.
Holy hell!
So I really hope everyone liked sharing.
That's 11 people per bathroom. I can't.
Yeah.
Well, no, not even. It's 11 rooms per bathroom. If you have multiple people in the... Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a lot, right?
Oh my God. Okay.
Eventually, the inn was changed to the Pierpoint Inn, and to this day is still called the Pierpoint Inn. So like, when she opened this inn, she had envisioned people being able to, it was like right when they were opening, it was like the boom of the automobile industry.
Ooh.
And so she knew that people traveling from Los Angeles to Santa Barbara would need a place to stay along the coast.
Ooh, smart.
She was right. A lot of celebrities and famous people have stayed at this inn, including former President George Bush, his wife, and his son and now former President George W. Bush, lived in the inn for a while.
Holy shit.
Yeah, George Bush was learning about the oil industry on the West Coast. For some, I thought that was kind of bizarre.
All right.
Here's the thing. I have no idea what happened to Josephine.
Josephine, we don't know. Okay.
I have no idea what happened to Josephine. All I know is that in 1925, her son started adding on to the inn. And in 1928, for some unknown reason, the inn was sold to Mrs. Mattie Vickers Glinchman. Quite the name. Another powerful woman, and she's badass.
Oh, we love it. Okay. Oh, but Josephine, I hope, she died probably.
This is what's bothering me. I can't find anything on the woman.
What the fuck? Okay,
I can't tell you how many hours I spent just trying to figure out, did she die of old age? Did she just give the hotel to her son and move on with her life? I don't know. But from what I do know is she loved this inn like no other. And
I love that for her.
It was her dream, and her dream came true, and that whole 9 yards. And then I'm really upset that I don't know what happened to this woman.
Oh my God. Well, we should go stay in it and then go find some records and see if we can find out what happened to Josephine.
I'm down for that, because now it's been deemed as a historical site, so they've got to have some information.
There's got to be some shit there, yeah?
Right?
Like
maybe it's just there, not on the internet. I don't know.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
So, in 1929, the inn reopened, and all through the 1930s and 40s, the inn operated and began making it more modern and added an east wing in the 1950s. Mattie lived to be 100 years old, and after her passing, the inn was sold again. Now, throughout the years, many have reported spoopy things and sightings. I mean, this inn has been up and running for over 100 years, so there's got to be something, right?
There's got to be some spookalabookala.
You just can't ignore that. Some believe it's haunted by the original owner, Josephine. Some say it's Mattie, but most agree it's a teenager by the name of Emma Darling.
Dude, these names. What the fuck?
Emma Darling. Right. First
Emma
off,
Darling.
I just got goosebumps. Again, every time I read her name, I get goosebumps. First off, I'm going to have to jump back and forth on this because she's a doozy.
Okay.
But, so Emma visited the hotel a year after it opened and attended a funeral. She is reported to hang out on the property and enjoying the guests. Emma Darling apparently will mess with guests by having belongings moved, and many have also said she has lots of other worldly company, such as a little girl, a man with a top hat, and a full-blown ghostly party.
What the fuck? I love that. She
just travels in a posse, essentially.
Wow. Okay.
Right? You're going to love this part. Okay. Many have seen Emma enjoying herself and dancing while waving her hands in the air without a care in the world.
What? This bitch is a good time.
She does this in the parking lot of the hotel.
Oh my God.
And apparently, this has been multiple sightings of this transparent girl dancing.
Oh my God. I need this.
And people will see her. They'll see her the entire time they're walking to their car. They get in her car. She's gone.
What the fuck? I swear to God, if we go to this shit and I don't see somebody busting a move in the parking lot, I'm going to be so pissed.
Right. Because I want to go dance with her.
Yes. Why not? To throw down with her and her posse.
Here's the kicker that just doesn't make sense. So I'm like, okay, so there's a teenager named Emma that likes to hang out at the Pierpoint. Cool.
Yeah.
I would assume that meant that she died as a teenager there, right?
One would think.
Wrong. She died in 1997. No relation to the Pierpoint. Decided to just go back there. Like it was her vacation home.
What? Okay. Well, here's what I like. That she died older and decided in the afterlife, I'm going to be my young, fun, happy, healthy self. That's cool.
Yeah, and here's the thing. She had to be over 100 years old because she was a teenager the first time she went to the inn, which was 1911.
Oh my God, God bless. You're right. Holy cow.
Right? So, were you just so fond of it that you wanted to spend the rest of your days there?
I mean, yeah, with her posse, we've got some little ass kid hanging out. We've got this dude in a top hat. I mean,
yeah, it's crazy.
The gang's all here. Yeah.
Um, and they know, or they believe that they know it's Emma Darling because a photo has resurfaced of her standing in front of the Pierpoint in a funeral mid-century garb.
Oh my god, she probably looks like a boss.
And that's who they see dancing in the parking lot.
Wow, is she in her funeral garb? Did they say when she's busting a move?
Yes. It's mid-century Gothic garb is what I kept hearing, so I would
What?
assume that means funeral garb.
Oh my god, well maybe they just had a hell of a party after the funeral.
I mean, something.
And she was like, this is tight, you
Yeah.
know?
So, besides that, people often report hearing footsteps, seeing footsteps left, but nobody being around. And they believe that that is
Ooh.
either Josephine or Maddie, or both, just walking the grounds of their beloved inn.
That's sweet. I hope Josephine's there. Like, if she loved
Right?
us this much. Yeah.
So, funny story. When I was in second grade, my middle sister and I were in a wedding for my older sister's friend at the
Okay.
Pierpoint Inn.
Really?
Yeah. And so I remember my older sister talking about it was haunted or whatever, but I was young. I didn't really connect anything.
Yeah.
But what I do remember was her friend had already had a child, and every time they went up to the room to like change him or get something, the diaper bag kept moving.
Oh!
So like at one point it was left on the bed, but this time it was in the bathroom, and then it was on the couch, and then they couldn't find it at all, and it was hanging up in the closet.
Oh my god.
And I just remember kept hearing about the diaper bag moving, and so now I'm like, oh, was that Emma
That was-
Darling just screwing with people?
That was Emma Darling screwing with people because she couldn't go to the wedding party. She was like, I'm gonna fuck with people. Shit.
Yep. So, again, this inn has been opened for over 100 years. Many things have been added to it. It is on the coast in Ventura, California, and it does have beautiful views. I've been there several times. I think I went there for a Sweet 16 too.
Oh my god, I love it.
But all fun, cool crap.
Yes. Tell me that one of the things that they added though was more bathrooms because
Oh yes, there's more bathrooms. So if we go stay, we'll have our own bathroom.
oh,
Don't
thank
worry.
God.
No
I
sharing.
can't be sharing with these plebes. No, I'm just like a little bit of a germaphobe, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think there's anything wrong with not wanting to share bathrooms
With like 20 some odd people. Yeah, I guess that's fair, right?
Right. Some notable guests. There was John Travolta, and a few Betty something or another.
Oh, good old Betty something
I
or
wrote
other.
it down, but now I can't find it now, and I feel like my kid stole my Post-it note, so I apologize.
That's okay.
Y'all.
That's all right.
But yeah, I saw a lot of scandalous websites, like People and things like that. Apparently, celebrity lovers like to get away there.
Ooh, for like trysts and whatnot. Ooh, a secret love.
Yes.
Wow, what if we run into some of that shit when we go stay at it? Oh my god.
That would be some cool ass shit.
Holy shit. We have so much to do. We have so many places to go and sleep at. That's like the name of the game with us. There's so many places we have to go sleep at. Like,
I love that for us.
too.
It's like the greatest slumber party checklist.
It really is the greatest and spookiest. Wow, well that was
Spooky.
fun. What a good topic, good find. I do want to go there, if not just to see the beautiful scenery.
And you know what? We can definitely go there if you're able to come visit again and all that.
I'm
stuff,
coming to visit again. Let's be real.
Yep.
There isn't any negotiation there. So
It's happening.
so I am taking us to a different part of the world, but I'm also talking about some ghosts. This has been like a very paranormal podcast the last several episodes, like big spooka energy.
I love that for us.
I do. Minus the Cajun Sasquatch and whatever the fuck was that I covered. Was it the Bunyip?
The Bunyip.
The Bunyip, yeah.
I don't know. Some could argue that those are some paranormal.
I mean, they're not in the realm of things that are normal, so sure.
There you go.
So I'm taking us to England. Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, I told the Odd Fam about that on... Oh no, I only did it on a Patreon. Okay. Everybody, let's go back just a hot second. So there's this movie. It's called The Black Knight. It's got, is it Martin Lawrence in it? And it's hilarious. It's such a funny movie. And anyway, he's like... there's this whole thing, and then all of a sudden the queen, we're back in like ye old times, and like the Queen of England is trying to like rally the troops, and she's like, okay, let me give a speech, and it's gonna like, warm everybody's soul or whatever, some shit she says. And she starts out and she goes, England. now, and now every time when I see the word England, that's how it sounds in my head. Any hoozles.
Instantly, every time I think of, I can't do it, England.
England!
I think of the Queen, and I think of her corgis, and then I instantly go, Cassie is Queen.
Oh my god, well, I love that connection. I do have a Queen of England and corgi salt and pepper shaker set my in-laws gave to me for Christmas one year. It was amazing. I have it. It's in the kitchen. We use them all the time. It's like one of the best things I've ever received.
So I don't think you know this about me, but I am a sucker for some good novelty salt and pepper shakers.
Shut up. Are you really? Oh, I need to get you some.
Odd, strange ones that just, I'm like, I love them. They're mine. I have too many salt and pepper shakers, and apparently my great-grandma used to collect salt and pepper shakers. So
I
think
that.
It's just a heredity.
Oh my god, now I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. I'm going to find you spooky-themed ones. That's amazing. Yes. So England is home to hundreds, if not thousands, of reputedly haunted locations. Why? Because it is very ye old, and everybody's been there a long while, and a bunch of people have died at the end. We've got like a very rich and rather complicated and messy history there. And so when it comes to ghosts, England has a little bit of everything. We've got haunted pubs, we have hotels, we have castles, museums, the Tower of London, what have you, all that shit. So there is one type of haunting that seems to emerge often, and that's old theaters that are around London's like West End. And so here we are. I'm talking about the Drury Lane hauntings, not to be confused with the Drury Lane that the Muffin Man lives on.
I was literally about to go, the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man! All right. We have, there's like a gazillion theaters over there that are like supposedly haunted. Like is it the Lyceum? Lyceum? I actually don't know how you say it, and now I feel like just uncultured swine. But anyway, there's apparently this dude, there's just like this headless man that's like spookalabookala there. There's the Adelphi Theater with like its previous manager, and there's like an actor there. But on one of the most haunted theaters of the West End is the Theatre Royale of Drury Lane, and that's most commonly known now as the Drury Lane Theatre. It is a Grade 1 building in Covent Garden. It was originally built in 1663, making it one of the oldest theaters in England, period, not just London.
Cool.
That's some old shit, 1663?
That's really old.
Holy moly.
It's gotta have spoopy crap.
Big spookalabookala energy. So it was actually rebuilt a number of times over the years, including 1674 and 1794. And the present structure itself was erected in 1812. Also, not an appropriate use of the word erected. It's never okay. It's never okay to say that word, and I hate myself for it. So why would I have put that in my notes? We just don't know. But anyway, today it stands as one of the most infamous theaters of England's capital. So, this theater has been visited by every reigning monarch since the Restoration. It has hosted many notable shows through the years, from Hello Dolly, there's Miss Saigon, Oliver, Gone with the Wind, Witches of Eastwick. We got all kinds of big name shit going through this shit. But it's also just as famous for the alleged ghosts that walk on the property and have been cited by both audience members and also cast. Like I have a couple of stories. They're both from like actors that are, just some crazy shit. Why is it though? Like, I'm just kind of thinking about it. Why is it that I feel like you could go to any theater and somebody there will tell you that it's haunted. Like, what's up with the actor ghosts that they need to be hanging out there? Is it just because they're so passionate about it, or like, what do you think?
Is it method acting? Just completely taken on the role of being dead and haunting.
Get out of here. So, one of the theater's most famous ghosts is known simply as the Man in Gray. He is usually seen in the daytime, which I like that. That makes it like crazier, right? Like, to
I
me,
think so. I think when you see things in plain daylight, it's more spookalabookala.
dude, for sure. And so he's often spotted in like shadowy seats beyond the stage, and he watches the actors rehearse. And unlike some ghostly sightings, which can be, I guess, considered this omen of bad luck for actors, spotting the man in gray is seen as a good sign because witnessing his apparition usually means the play will go on to become a success. So this dude just has good taste in shows. He calls them like he
Yeah,
sees them, you know? We love
cool.
that.
Love
It
that.
ha- yeah, it has been reported that the man in gray has been spotted during rehearsals for Oklahoma, South Pacific, Carousel, and The King and I. Those are all good shows.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
He is said to be dressed in the style of 18th century fashion and is seen wearing a gray cape, hence the man in gray. Rather spookily, remains were found on the theater site, and it was in the theater's renovations in the 1840s when a skeleton covered in gray rags was found walled up in a small forgotten room.
It was him.
Right? And after
And that's why he
examination,
hangs out there.
for sure. After examination, it concluded that the man had been killed via stabbing. Somebody had stabbed him with a knife, lending credence to the idea that the skeleton belonged to the infamous man in gray. And I hate that he met that end. And I hope that
Do
he's
you
not trapped
think
there because he's like stuck.
do you think that whoever stabbed him, killed him,
Yeah.
like was angry that he got the lead in something maybe?
Dude, maybe it's like, yeah, big
Maybe it was
drama.
like an understudy.
Oh, maybe.
I'm
I
just
love
saying.
that. But I
I
hate
think
it. Ugh. Sorry, what were you saying?
no, I think that that would be like a big reason as to his demise.
Dude, for sure. I love
You know
that.
what I
That's like
mean?
very spicy and
And also,
dramatic.
yeah, I am sad though because I hope that that's not why he's still there. I hope that he's there out of his own choice and will because he just enjoys being there and seeing
Yeah.
everything and the whole nine yards. So,
Right? Yeah, like I hope he's there just because he loves the theater, not because he's fucking stuck there because he got stabbed and then fucking walled up. What the hell?
that's awful.
That's a rough way to go. I'm just saying.
But in a way, I'm kind of glad that they found the remains and I hope
Mm-hmm.
that he had a proper like,
Yeah.
send off even though I don't know that they know that it was him.
No, there's some I don't know, intriguing evidence there, I guess you could
Very,
say.
very interesting.
Among other ghosts said to roam this shit, there's Irish actor Charles Macklin. Macklin was a respected and distinguished actor who, according to public records, accidentally, quote, murdered a fellow actor in 1735. Whoops.
Accidentally, or did
Ac-
the actor get the lead that you wanted?
You're gonna love this. Apparently, Macklin became involved in a heated argument over a wig. This was during this was during rehearsals for a show called Trick for Trick, and the fight became physical and resulted in the death of the other performer after Macklin struck him with a stick, which inadvertently impaled the actor's eye and reached the guy's brain. It's like, what the fuck?
He murdered him over hair.
Oh, yes, over a wig, and then we. How does one accidentally impale somebody in the eye?
Yeah, there's no accident.
I mean, there's
I mean, you knew what you were doing.
yeah,
Holding the
like
damn stick. You knew
yeah,
you were
like
gonna hit them. What did you
come
think
on,
was gonna happen?
come on, Charles, you're not fooling anybody here. So somebody says that maybe it is this like rather traumatic and dramatic event that keeps Charles Macklin hanging out at the theater.
It's the drama.
It's the drama.
The drama keeps their spirits alive.
It feeds
I
them.
don't know what accent that was.
I don't know what that was, but that was cool. Another one is George Wilde Galvin, who was a much loved English stage actor and comedian in the late 1800s sometime. To many, he was known instead as Dan Leno, which was his chosen stage name. And he often performed at pantomimes at Drury Lane Theater, and he was known to be kind of like this troubled dude. And he eventually fell deeply into alcoholism and died at just 43. And the cause was undetermined, but I'm going to go with maybe it had something to do with his like
Liver
rampant
failure?
alcoholism. Yeah. Yep. Wait, did you say necrophilia?
I said liver failure.
Oh, liver failure. I was like, wait, what? How did how did you arrive there? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, perhaps perhaps one of his favorite hangouts within Drury Lane Theater is he just likes to like walk across the stage. Like he just likes to like hang out on the stage and like uh it's not the sight of his apparition that fuels rumors of his haunting the building so much though, is that there is this unexpected and misplaced smell of strong lavender which he would cover
Mm.
himself in when he was alive. And he's also been blamed for being like when they don't see him on the stage, just like around, he's blamed for being the invisible mischievous entity who has pushed actors off the stage before.
Is he jealous?
I what is uh, dude, these are some petty ass fucking ghosts. Like what is going on here? The only one that I like so far is the man in gray. Everybody else sucks.
Yeah, the man in gray needs to kick everyone else out.
Yeah, I mean, he's just calm. He's just hanging out, like watching this shit happen. And he's like, "This is gonna be a good ass show. This one's not." Meanwhile, these other fuckers, like, come on. All right, I got another one for us. There's Joe Grimaldi, who was a prominent actor and dancer who had several leading parts at this theater. One of his most significant roles was that of a clown in the famous Drury pantomimes, which is like fucking horrendous for me. I fucking hate clowns. But this was in the early 1880s that this happened.
I don't care.
Um,
Clowns, any decade, any year, any era. No, thank you.
Yeah, clowns are just like not. I don't know. Like I don't get it. Like people that find clowns to be funny. Like even if you take away the fact that like clowns are fucking horrible, they're never
Oh
funny.
yeah.
So they're not. Like nothing that they do is amusing to me. So I don't know. Um, he had huge success in Robinson Crusoe, as well as taking a smaller part in the stage production of Hamlet. After he retired due to bad health, he was said to he suffered from like respiratory issues, but he did continue to receive half pay from Drury Lane. However, once the payments stopped, he fell into poverty, unfortunately, and then died in 1937. And he was found dead in his bed by a housekeeper.
Ooh.
So that was jarring for that person, but he's said to regularly visit the theater and watches over the productions on stage, and he has been witnessed many times, allegedly, both by theater staff and actors, but also audience members. And some cast members have reported that the actor's ghost visits them on stage, helping them to perform well and guiding them if they need improvement. We like
Friendly.
this one too.
Okay, we
Joe's
like
cool
him.
too. Yeah, we sandwiched it. We've got the man in gray and we have Joe. The other
Okay,
two
so
are
at least there's
assholes.
some
So
good.
here's just a couple of right, exactly. So here's just a couple of like testimonials from like actors. So in 2014, there was an actor, Clive Carter, and he had like a very strange experience there. He was in his dressing room, preparing to go on as Mr. Salt in the musical Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And while he was like finishing his, putting on his costume and like his makeup and everything, another actor stopped in to say hello, and the TV was playing quietly in the corner of the room. Halfway through their conversation, the actor, Clive Carter, he noticed that the channel on the TV just
Hmm.
changed by itself. And so he and his colleague like looked at each other like, what the fuck? And neither of them was near enough to touch it. And it changed again. And they started getting like freaked out. And then it only happens when they were talking about the Drury Lane ghosts. Isn't that weird?
So either they, the ghosts were like, "We're here," or "Stop talking about us."
Yeah, right. And then there was another time the same actor, he had like a Bluetooth headset in and it just like totally started like going crazy when he was talking about the ghosts again. So it's like only happening when they're talking about the ghosts. And then there's another actor who starred alongside Carter. His name is Nigel Planer, and they were both in Charlie and the Chocolate
Hmm.
Factory. And he counts himself as a skeptical believer. He is interested by like the multiplying tales of these ghosts that are hanging out at the Drury Lane like theater. And so he decided one time to take a tour with a professional
Hmm.
ghost hunter, and he was surprised and a little bit alarmed when by what he found while doing this. So he says, quote, everyone in the theater had some kind of experience. They think they saw the man in gray, or they heard a door slam when there was no one else in the building. And this ghost hunter he went with, Roger, took those stories more seriously than the ghosts. He did think the building had something going on, although it was difficult to say what. And
Ooh,
that's it. That's all I've
that was
got.
a great
That's what I've
topic.
got for the Drury Lane
Thank you.
hauntings. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it was a fun one. I like the man in gray, and I like Joe. It's very nice that he gives actors
Yeah,
tips. That's
friendly,
cool.
giving everyone just
Yeah.
some, worldly advice.
Yeah, meanwhile, the other two assholes, like, one only shows himself like half the time and then he pushes people off the stage. The other one impaled a dude over a wig. So, I mean,
you know,
I don't really have much good to say
no,
there.
they're not very. They're bitter. They're angry that their time was
For
cut short,
sure.
and so therefore they're just jerks.
For sure. That's right. So, I think it's just really interesting how there's like all of these tales from all of these different theaters independently that there's some kind of a
Yeah.
ghost around there. There was even one I'm pretty sure a supposed ghost at the theater at the college I went to at Loyola because I used to work at the theater and I remember somebody telling me something one time about it and they're like, "Yeah, but it's okay. There's just a ghost here." I was
It's
like,
okay. It's fine.
"Okay, whatever. It's fine." Yeah. So I just feel like it's like a common thing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because they love the drama in real life, so they love the drama in the afterlife.
I
Maybe.
mean, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. I mean that kind of checks out.
They just have to continue on. Again, I'm thinking this is like a form of method acting.
This is like
Just like
the most
take it
method
on.
acting. Yeah. I hope one of them gets like chosen to play a ghost in a production at a theater, and then they're like set and ready to go. Wouldn't that be just like the ultimate for
That would be
them?
so cool.
That would be closure. That's what that would be.
And then maybe they can be set free.
Yeah. That would be nice. What a happy little ending. So anyway, that's the Drury Lane hauntings. That's it for us, everybody. So I guess like if you know of a hotel or theater that isn't haunted, because apparently everywhere they are,
Yeah, give us a heads up.
yeah. And as always, continue to write in with like suggestions and topics and ideas and all of that stuff, or your own personal stories, because we do want to do
Yes.
another listeners episode. And do you want to say the stay strange,
No,
or do you
because you
want
did the
me?
intro.
All
So
right,
I'm just going to simply say until next time.
stay strange. That was so annoying the way I did it.